Putting your audience in the shoes of the main character is something any good film is able to do. Ron Howard's ability to do this in A Beautiful Mind is one of the main reasons he won the Best Director Oscar in 2002 for the film. The film follows the story of mathematician John Nash. Initially, he's unaware he has schizophrenia. He then becomes conflicted and eventually accepts that he has it. The film tries to illustrate what John Nash thinks of his illness at each stage. Pivotal in showing Nash's development is the portrayal of the characters he hallucinates: Parcher, Charles and Marcy. At the start, Nash has no idea he has schizophrenia, and likewise we, as the audience, also have no clue. However, the director puts us in Nash's mind by introducing characters in a specific way. In schizophrenics, auditory hallucinations often come before the visual hallucinations. Therefore, in each scene with a hallucinated character, the character is heard first, then seen. Ron Howard does this time and time again. An auditory cue,
You've been in here for 2 days.
then the visual. Another example.
Professor Nash.
He does this with real characters too, since at this stage of the story, Nash cannot distinguish between the real and the fake characters.
Hi. Saul, Richard Saul.
Howard also uses shots from Nash's perspective, although not straight on. This makes the fake people seem real. Assuming that we're the main character, a shot like this is far more similar to the way that we see the world than a shot like this. In addition, Ron Howard decided to use Paul Bettany's British accent as an asset that would help the film.
Cock was mine, the tail belonged to a particularly lovely young thing with a passion for...
His accent puts him apart from the rest of the characters. However, this is subtle enough that before the illness revelation, he's believable, and after the illness, he seems slightly odd. Once we are told he's not real, we notice how much he sticks out. He's a blonde British guy in an otherwise all-American set of characters. The Department of Defense scene was filled with equipment that was a bit too advanced for the film's time period. It's so brilliantly done that subconsciously perhaps we notice that it seems a little fake, but we don't question it. It's a film after all. This is to put us in Nash's position once again. He accepts his hallucinations even when they don't seem realistic. On a second viewing, we may notice that the scene looks a bit fake, and we might laugh at some of the lines the film expertly gets away with.
He just implanted a radium diode. Don't worry, it's safe. The isotope decays predictably. As a result, these numbers change over time.
Even the music is used to subtly suggest Nash's hallucinations are not real. A car scene in any other film would have a fast-paced soundtrack, but the music composed for this scene is calmer, as if it's a dream.
Yeah, take this. I ain't shooting anybody.
Take the goddamn gun! No!
What also sets the fake characters apart is that they're hugely influential and know Nash inside out. This is due to the fact that they're imagined by Nash himself.
Find a truly original idea. That's the only way I'll ever distinguish myself. It's the only way that I'll ever...
Massive.
Yes.
Commit this list of periodicals to memory. Scan each new issue. Find any hidden codes, decipher them.
But pizza... Now, pizza I have enormous respect for. And of course, beer.
I have respect for beer.
I have respect for beer.
This is another subtle clue that they're different to the real characters in the story. Overall, in the first part of the film, we're made to believe that the hallucinations are real things that are happening, although on a subconscious level, some things don't seem totally real. In the middle section of the film, Nash battles with the idea that his friends are fake. In a pivotal scene, Nash becomes extremely confused about what's real. This is shown through completely ignoring continuity here
Oh, Christ, John, please, do what he says.
and here.
Move, soldier.
We then see a special camera move. In a previous scene in which Nash has a light bulb moment and cracks a code, the revolving shot is used. The same technique is used here, since this too essentially is a light bulb moment.
Marcy can't be real. She never gets old.
As it becomes clearer that his fake friends are just that, the real characters are, most of the time, introduced to scenes normally. We see them and then hear them. Remember that at the start of the film this wasn't the case. In contrast, the fake characters keep getting introduced through sound first. This creates a greater divide between the real and fake characters, as Nash is also better able to distinguish what's real and what's fake. This leads on to the final act, which shows the diminishing importance of Nash's fake friends to him.
You are not real! You are not real!
At the start of this act, they still haunt him. Nash finds himself arguing with Parcher. Listen to what he shouts out.
Ladies and gentlemen, the great John Nash!
It's like deep down he's never been able to forget a small instance all those years ago.
Gentlemen, the great John Nash.
Initially, the fake characters annoy Nash. They stick to him like glue. However, as they become easier to ignore for Nash in the film, they're quieter and stand at a further distance. Since there are people walking in front of them, the characters are less present in the frame, just like they're less a part of Nash's world, really. You could even say the people walking seem to be wiping them away. We see the characters one last time before the end, as if to say they'll always be there, but a threat no more. A bittersweet fact for Nash. He puts it very nicely into words.
You see, I am crazy. I take the newer medications. But I still see things that are not here. I just choose not to acknowledge them.
He's finally admitted that he's ill, and he's turned his life around. And due to this change, Nash kept influencing the academic world for years, garnering lots of respect and winning the Nobel Prize. Overall, Ron Howard does an incredible job of putting us in Nash's head through so many techniques. He portrays the character's development brilliantly and puts you at his mercy. He manages to trick you into thinking what is fake is real, just like John Nash, and then switches us up as Nash changes too.
It's heavy. That Isaac Newton fellow was right. He was onto something, clever boy.
Don't worry, that's mine. Come and get it.
Oh, God.